Well, first of all, thank you for being here and welcome.
Yeah,
How are you?
Thank you for having me. As I said, I'm trying to amp up the energy, you know?
We feel it, we feel it.
Because if it's high energy, then people will be more interested. I gotta move my hands, get their attention, you know, karate.
Can you do karate?
No, I can do kickboxing.
Oh, really? That's
Yeah.
cool.
I used to do it but actually this summer I'm gonna go to Thailand to train for a month. Yeah, what I'm gonna do is go to the mountains and find an old guy, and I'm gonna train twice a day, and it's gonna beat my ass. I'm gonna be like, teach me. No, you are not Japanese. I'm like, yeah, this is Thailand, so you can't. And I'm gonna be like, I can do it. Teach me. I gotta avenge my brother. To be honest, I'm just going because I need discipline in my life, and I don't think I can beat it into myself, so I think other people should beat it into me. We live in a world where if you don't have discipline, if you're a fuck up, you can still function, which is good, but I don't like that. I don't like that on myself. You know, I wanna say my word and have the action behind it 100% of the time.
And do you apply this concept of discipline to your creative work as well? Do you use it?
No.
Tell me about it. Tell me about yourself as an artist and your work.
I haven't done any work in a year, so I'll talk, well, I guess musical work. The musical work I've done last year was more like punk rock. It was just a lot of melodies and stuff, like catchy stuff really. It's not really, I wouldn't say it's that special, but it's just nice to listen to. I used to play live, and then our drummer left, so we played with like a drum machine, and it sucked. And then our drummer came back, but I found a way to get people in your band very easily. So what you do is you start your own record label, and then you sign your band to the record label, and then you tell people that you are a signed band and you're going to be playing big shows in the future, which will become true. And then they're like, oh, of course I want to join your band. So if anyone out there, if any artist is out there struggling, just start your own bullshit record label, make a website, make it look nice, and then tell people you're signed.
That is very practical advice. We were chatting before, you were mentioning listening to music from a few decades ago. Is that your inspiration for your own music?
Well, I just don't relate to stuff after 2000s that much really, I think. The era we live in, it's not that great, but that can be said for all the eras maybe. Maybe I'm just having dumb nostalgia and, you know, the movies glorify the times, but I think 80s were a cooler time, especially with the clothes and with the TikTok and shit. It's pretty shit. But also, you get a lot of opportunities that you wouldn't have if you were in the 80s, so I'm not complaining much. As a kid, if you're a 16-year-old kid, you know, you want to be famous and whatnot, you got to go through this people, record label artists, blah, blah, blah. But now you can just film some TikToks, YouTubes, whatever. You might not get famous, but you will have a chance.
I think this ties a bit into the topic of our conversation today, which is individuality. The fact that the technological advances that are allowing people to create music and promote it by themselves on their laptops and promote it on YouTube, social media, it's kind of making the whole process more of a lonely process. There are many young artists who make music and promote it from their own bedrooms by themselves rather than going into a studio and working with other people. So you mentioned about the benefits of this and giving opportunities to more people to make something with their music, but is this all positive in your opinion? Does it have its downsides?
I think internet made life easier for introverts. They can literally have a whole life in their bedrooms. I think it's a double-edged sword because there's always gonna be, you know, there was fucking people locked in their bedrooms years ago as well, right? And I think internet made us lonelier as people as well. You know, a lot of people have social skills. They can't even speak to people in real life. I mean, me, I don't really, because I've been just doing shit. I don't talk much to people in months. Eventually, probably summer, you gotta come around your shell. That's what I figured. Life is in seasons in a way. So winter, just work on your own or with people online, and summer, just be more social.
I think we can all agree that over the past few decades there has been a shift in society towards individuality rather than collectiveness. What do you think about this in general, and do you think this reflects in the music that is being made, in popular music especially?
I think it's pretty shit in a way. I'd say it has good and bad sides, but the shift in individuality, what I don't like about it is, for example, in the UK, because it's such a diverse community and whatnot, there is no unity. You can't unite under a flag, you know? It's like, yeah, God save the Queen. And even the fucking British teenagers, right, born here, raised here, the whole family British, they was like, fuck the Queen, fuck this, fuck that. The thing is, I think as a country, and I'm Turkish, we're patriots, right? We love our country, we love our leader, not the current one, but you know, Ataturk, who saved us and whatnot. And we can all unite under our country, you know? A lot of people would die for their country, this and that, and none of that. I don't see any of that in the UK. No one really wants to unite under anything. And I kind of get it, because let's say you're a British citizen in London, you go out, it's like, oh, it's not your people, and then, you know, you're told, oh, they're just like you, and be this, be that. Now, I think everyone should be treated equally, but, you know, as a Turkish person, if I went out and 90% of the people weren't Turkish, I'd be a little pissed off. I'd be like, hey, what's going on? What's happening to my country? And because, like, I'm not from the UK, why would I give a shit about the UK, you know? So I think it's really divided, and people can't come under one cause. And I look around and I see a godless society. Now, me myself, I used to be a Muslim, and then I became an atheist. But I came here, and now I'm just kind of questioning if being godless is the correct choice, because I don't have anything to believe in. Right? I can't just look up and be like, this is God's plan, God made it right, this and that, or God wants me to do this. I can't say that, so I have nothing to believe in because I don't have a God. And in retrospect, I thought as a teenager it was cool to, oh, I don't believe in a God. People who don't believe in a God, who believe in God, they're this, that, they're dumb, they're brainwashed. Or people who believe in a country, they're brainwashed and all that. But now that I've been here, now that I saw some stuff, I think I love to just believe in a country that loves me, and to love it back, and have a God, and have all these people united under a cause. And I think people are way too individual nowadays, and it has its upsides and downsides, but for the most general of people who are just average, I think they should be united under a God and a country, because that's how they like each other more and be a community. There's no sense of community here.
You said that you're from Turkey, right? So, like, do you feel that in your country, is there music or bands that kind of unite culture?
The thing is, I don't know shit about Turkish music, but I know one thing. We have a thing called halay, which is the music in weddings, like, and people just go like this, like this stuff, which I never done, because I don't really like dancing or anything. But yeah, it unites people. We have days where people just come together, people are happy, we have our Independence Day and whatnot. I mean, everyone in Turkey is depressed and poor and fat and sad, but we can all unite under being Turkish. If you were to believe in a community, you want it to be bigger and better than other countries, but what about the people outside the community? I'm not saying to hate them, be racist, but if Turkey, for example, we fought a lot of great wars to claim our land, and I'm not gonna be like, oh, why did you fight for this land, you dead Turkish soldier? Why are you racist fighting Greeks? No, that's stupid.
Do you think that music has a responsibility to unite people this way?
Yeah, because all the successful artists who do that are successful. If your art doesn't stand for something, then it's not gonna really take off. If your art is scattered, it's like, I don't know, it's some music. people won't really unite under it, you know. Even if you don't stand for your country, like just Justin Bieber, I don't know, but a lot of girls united under Justin Bieber, and a lot of girls like, yeah, let's unite on. We're believers now. We believe in Justin. Or like rock bands, they unite under being a messy teenager with torn clothes who hates their parents and smokes a lot of weed.
Can I give you these lyrics, and do you mind reading them?
Okay.
And then, like, just tell us what you think about them.
I can buy myself flowers, write my name in the sand, talk myself for hours, say things you don't understand. I can take myself dancing and I can hold my own hand. Yeah, I can love me better than you can. I mean, I'm not gonna listen to this as a guy, but if I was a girl and I just broke up with my boyfriend, I'm like, oh yeah, I can love myself better, man. Fuck you. So I would unite under this. Like, yeah, she's speaking to me. Of course I can love myself better. People can unite under emotions as well. Emotions of being lost, emotions of triumph, all that.
This song, other songs, Tuna songs, they convey this message of self-love, self-care, and there's a lot of this kind of language being used nowadays, self-sufficiency. But there's also something that doesn't have such a positive connotation, self-enslavement, which is the concept whereby the only limits on our growth are the ones that we impose on ourselves. Do you think that it applies to today's society? Is it true that the only limits that we have are the ones that we impose on ourselves?
Yeah, I think that's true, especially as a guy. I'm like, hey, I'm gonna weigh this much, I'm gonna be jacked, I'm gonna look like this, and I wanna live in a home like this, blah blah blah. You can do that. It's gonna take a lot of work, but that's what I realized. As you put in the work, you can truly become anything you want. And I think that's what's good about like the current years. You can truly be whoever you want to be. Now obviously, if I wanted, I could probably never play in the NBA. Don't be stupid. But it takes a lot of mental pain, a lot of challenges to get to a point where you're truly self-sufficient. You know, that's what I realized. It's just one thing. Then you gotta be self-sufficient to help others around you as well. So you gotta fill your cup and then start filling others and all that. Be a boss, start paying other people, have a family, provide for your kids, your wife and whatnot. So even thinking you're gonna be enough for yourself, that's just there. There's this whole mountain you gotta climb. You know, I mean me.